Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the sporting capital of the world, Melbourne, Australia. Right here, the home of combat sports, the Melbourne Pavilion. My name is John McCauley, and tonight it's an honour to be your MC for this evening. On behalf of Quincy Armature Promotions, tonight we present Big Time Boxing, bringing you the four-man heavyweight eliminator for the Frank Bianco Cup number 5. And then, ladies and gentlemen, on top of a stacked card, the main event we've all been waiting for, the WBA Oceania Super Middleweight title. Fighting from Uruguay, the challenger, Rafael Sosa Pintos, takes on Australia's own fighting superstar, Zach Dynamo Dunn. We've got ourselves a big card, ladies and gentlemen. Let's kick it off with bout number 1 of the evening. Fighting out of the blue corner, Rob Kid Savage Furguson. Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, Hayden H-Bomb Wright.
Gentlemen, welcome to Big Time Boxing here at the Melbourne Pavilion. Matthew Pilios here tonight commentating with Julian Holland, our former Commonwealth Australian Boxing Champion and young up-and-coming superstar commentator Jordan Bellerini. Guys, welcome. It is the Frank Bianco Cup tonight. We have huge fight nights. Nothing bigger than tonight's big WBA Oceania Super Middleweight title between Rafael Sosa Pintos, the Greek, taking on Zach Dunn. It's going to be an unbelievable night, guys. Welcome. The Frank Bianco Cup will only have the 4 fighters. These are the 2 other heavyweights for people watching. Hayden, Wright, Robert Furguson, who aren't in the cup tonight. They're opening the bout tonight, but it's got a huge card tonight, guys. We've got Waleed, Haddara, Khalid Baker, much more. How you both feeling?
Yeah, good, Matty. Thank you. I'm very excited about tonight. Now, you know, the Frankie Bianco Cup, it's always exciting, is that you never know what you're going to get. What fighter's going to surprise you. They might just come out and you see a new gun that's on the horizon.
We saw Chris Trzeski a couple of years ago come through. I mean, you just see some great young heavyweights come through the Frank Bianco Cup.
Yeah, the reigning champion is last year Kiki Latale from New Zealand, but this time around we're going to have a new champion. Julius Long, Patrick Eneanya, Waleed Haddara and Nick Wright are some of the names in the Frank Bianco Cup. But this is the first matchup of the evening between Robert Furguson and Hayden H-Bomb Wright.
And these 2 guys are both going to tell us about their records.
Yeah, you got Hayden H-Bomb Wright. He's only had the 2 wins, the 10 losses. He last came up against Chris Trzeski. That was back in April. He got stopped in the second round, but he's coming up against Robert Furguson, who's more well-known on the Muay Thai scene with 30 fights.
Oh, and a low blow there.
Yeah.
Right. Just winced after coming out, and it does hurt.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a few knockouts here tonight. There's you got 4 heavyweight bouts. I think in at least 3 of them you're going to see knockouts.
Yeah.
As they say, do not blink when the heavyweights are in town.
See, you do get 5 minutes for that once you get hit low.
Correct.
But, you know, do you really take it? It's sort of a question like, can you go on? You know?
He's come out angry, and this is why he didn't take it.
That's it.
Ferguson.
That's it, son. He wants to fight dirty. You fight
and
dirty.
Wright fights. And this has become a brawl. What a start, ladies and gentlemen. As they say, do not blink. Some heavy hands thrown. And Ferguson wasn't happy. He came out and exploded on big Hayden Wright.
Yeah. The H-bomb came out
Ferguson
late.
is fired up. Have a look.
Keep going. Hit his body. He wants to hit you dirty. You hit him dirty.
And Ferguson's going to be careful. And Wright has a lot of power in his hands, Jordan.
Oh, he's definitely got a lot of power in his hands. Even though he's only got the 2 wins, he's definitely got a lot of power that he likes to use. But the big question will be that can he knock down Rob Furguson, who's going to be in front of him all night.
We've gone, guys, literally from 1st gear to 5th gear. Unbelievable scenes here at the Pavilion, and what a start to big-time boxing in Melbourne.
Great opening fight so far in the first round, but for me, I think an underdog in this in the Frank Bianco Cup is Faiga Opelu from Samoa. He's first up against Benjamin Sosoli. Definitely one to watch.
Sosoli, a very rounded fighter. Oh, mouth guard's out.
Yep. The Kid Savage is...
Furguson is on fire. And what a fight this has been. Wright versus Furguson.
Furguson looks like he's blowing a bit. He's thrown a lot of leather. He's probably not used to
Ferguson's got
this.
to breathe. He's got to breathe.
The H-bomb's just got so much
What
grit. He's
a
coming,
start.
walking forward.
Unbelievable start here for big time boxing. It is sensational.
From the Melbourne Pavilion.
What a start, big time boxing. Welcome you back, Matthew Pilios here.
Come on, H-bomb. Come on, Robbo.
It's Wright versus Furguson. I say gold trunks for Wright with a gold and black, and Furguson just in the black. I think Wright just that round, obviously the low blow, but Furguson came out that 90 seconds angry, aggressive, but it's a very even fight. Furguson, Jordan Ballerini, his fitness is my big concern, I was going to say.
Yeah, that's a big question, but it's a great atmosphere here at the Melbourne Pavilion. The crowd's up and about. A lot of support here for the H-bomb, but at the moment, both fighters are willing to go toe-to-toe. It was a very difficult sort of first round to score, and we'll see how the second round goes.
Brian and Quincy Armatrador, they've done it again. 2,000 people here packing the Melbourne Pavilion. And Zach Dunn tonight, I cannot wait. Mick Hargraves in the team for WBA's Oceana.
Definitely, Kid Savage is the bigger puncher, and he's the H-bomb. He's walking up, fighting close to him. He's getting hit with those big hooks. He just needs to watch that.
He's just coming in straight though. There's no head movement.
That's
for Ferguson. Right. He's got a broken nose. He's bleeding profusely.
Oh, it's only a little bit of blood, man.
In this day and age, it's changed a lot.
What Furguson will want to do is sort of stay on the outside and use the jab to sort of keep his opponent at bay. Hey, Wright will look to get on the inside and unload the bombs.
Head movement.
Come on, Robbo. It's only a blood nose, son. Move your head, Robbo. Slip and move.
Great right hand there from the H-bomb, and at the moment, Furguson is on the back foot. Kid Savage is struggling a little bit here in the second round, and he wants to create some distance between him and the H-bomb.
Hayden is just, H-bomb is just unloaded. Oh, Robert Furguson, he's just got no hit movement, no angles.
Yeah, but like the H-bomb, he hasn't got, there's no power in those shots where Furguson he's hitting them harder.
Yeah.
There's a lovely body shot there, lovely uppercut.
Nice right rip from Furguson, Matty Pilios.
Yes, it's unbelievable scenes here. Big Robbie Furguson.
Yeah, Robbie Furguson just ripped a right rip to the body there of the H-bomb, and I think that's an area he's going to target, sort of go downstairs and then come upstairs on the H-bomb.
That's it, Robbo. Got that big H-bomb on him.
Hayden Wright only knows one way, to stay in the pocket and unload. He doesn't know too much other way, so there's only one way for him to win. For me, Furguson has got a little bit of variety in his shots.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, and more, he's had more experience.
Furguson in the gold trunks and black.
So far he's lighting him up in his second round. Furguson, it's one-way traffic.
Yeah, Ferguson's just beautiful angles. He's got the beautiful blue boxing boots.
Comfortable second round there, Julian Holland. For me, Rob Furguson in the blue corner comfortably won that.
Yeah, definitely. He's throwing his shots and he's keeping his hands up. So
round number 3. Just quickly, Furguson taking some deep breaths.
Round number 3.
3 of 4 rounds, big time boxing, a huge crowd, and Brian and Quincy Armatrador, they've done it again.
Oh, they've done the damage here tonight. A great promotion they've put on, the Frank Bianco Cup. Then you've got Khalid Baker in the semi-main event against Harjinder Singh. Looking forward to seeing Khalid Baker, Julian Holland. You were impressed with him in his second matchup.
Yeah, definitely. And, like the last fight, he got tested and he came back. And that's what we like to see with fighters that come on the way up.
And the main event everyone's waiting for, Zach Dynamo Dunn, and he's coming up against the Uruguay boy, the experienced campaigner at 38 years of age, Rafael Sosa Pintos. Even though that's a main event for me, that's a sort of tune-up fight for Zach Dynamo Dunn for bigger fish along the way.
He's expecting big things from Zach Dunn.
We've got some inside mail if he wins tonight, Julian. We'll speak about that a little bit later on.
So we've got H-bomb walking up, leading up.
H-Bomb has a lot of damage on the top of his eye. He's been tough as nails.
Yeah, Furguson definitely the bigger puncher, the stronger. You can see, you can hear it at ringside that when he hits, he lands them.
Stays hit. The H-Bomb.
Furguson had no amateur fights on the boxing scene, but he's had 30 Muay Thai fights, and his last boxing bout was on July 28th, and he lost to King Mo by third round referee technical decision up in Queensland.
Big right there by the H-Bomb. That's what he's known for. Oh, good slip. I just love Ferguson's slip. Oh, that mouth guard's come out again. Can he be warned? Second time in the fight.
Yeah, well, probably a cheap mouth guard that's not fitted properly.
Take your time, son. Take your time.
Yeah, maybe they're the cheap low one. Everlast sponsoring.
So far, there's been a few breaks throughout the contest, and hopefully we can continue some big hitting between these two fighters. But for me, Rob Furguson is quite comfortable in centre ring, really pumping that jab.
Good footwork there.
Matty Pilos is some claret coming out of the nose of Hayden Wright. That sort of happened in the second round.
Yeah, lefty has copped a few punches to the head, and he keeps coming forward though. So, but Furguson, good left hook there by Hayden Wright. He's just got a little second win, Jordan.
Yeah,
double jab.
Yeah, Hayden Wright's doing much better in this third round, but for me, Furguson is showing the variety, Julian Holland.
Yeah, he just threw a big shot and got hit on the way in, then sort of pulled him back a bit. But his work rate's good. We thought he was going to slow down, but he's actually kept motoring through.
Deceiving body there.
A little bit like the heavyweight that just won the crown, Ruiz.
Yeah,
Andy Ruiz Jr.
Yeah,
exactly. Similar physiques without the tattoos there. What an upset that was. We obviously had Fury as well.
Yeah, Fury's fighting this weekend. Looking forward to that. He'll be coming up against Tom Schwartz from Germany. That will be on Sunday.
I mean, Wild beat Fury, didn't he? No, it was a draw.
Draw, yeah. Wilder and Fury. Fury dominated predominantly all the rounds, but he got dropped twice.
Yeah.
That's why I want to see the rematch. There's rumours that the rematch is going to come around in 2020, so we're just got to wait and see if that happens.
Round number 4, are we?
Yep, this is round number 4.
Yep.
Fourth and final round.
This is the fourth and final round.
Actually,
Who would have said after that big blow early, it would be in the fourth round?
and just looking at the fighters actually when they come to touch gloves, I think the H-Bomb looks like he's feeling better.
Yeah, it's like he's got a second win, big bomber.
Ferguson's blowing a little bit. Lovely body shot by Furguson there.
Yeah, I definitely thought it'd be the other way around. I thought that Furguson maybe have a bit more in the tank than the H-Bomb, but we've got to wait and see how this fourth round plays out. At the moment, Hayden Wright's the one really initiating on the front foot.
The H-Bomb knows he's going to give it everything for 3 minutes. He's behind on points.
Oh,
copped a big
right
right.
there.
That hurt me just and he said the back of the head there. That would have hurt. Oh,
He wanted to return one then.
He did, exactly the same punch, big overhand right.
Lovely body work there by Furguson. And that's what you got to do to the big fellas.
Oh, that could be a warning. That's the third time it's happened this fight.
No, that's
sorry, my apologies. That's Robbie Furguson.
Both fighters in centre ring now, and the mouth guard has come out again for Hayden H-Bomb Wright, and we're back underway.
Ferguson. Be interesting. Beautiful body rip. Similar to you back in your day, Julian. Armatruder, he's done it again. This weekend, big time boxing is huge. Tomorrow night he joins forces with LeBruna and Barry Michael, two of the absolute greats in Melbourne as well, them two. But Brian just done it. Tonight a great card. Tomorrow night a sensational card. Oh, the H-Bomb.
You got H-Bomb's walking forward, talking to him, telling him to come on. Plenty of heart.
Ferguson's got beautiful hooks. Can the H-Bomb knock him out? Ferguson's strong. This has become a war.
Very tough fight to score, but for me, the cleaner shots have been landed sort of by Rob Furguson. That's why I think he's probably taking predominantly most of the rounds. But H-Bomb is not to be disgraced. He's definitely throwing some leather, but a lot of it is not landing.
Yeah, totally. And you know, Ferguson's hitting hard as well. We can feel that.
Oh, mate, Ferguson's got natural power. Final 50 seconds of the round. Get behind both 50 seconds. Haven't heard that one for a long time, Johnny. But great. Oh, the H-bomb. Both guys giving it all. Furguson, beautiful left-right. Just sticking the jab out. Has H-bomb got one big bomb left?
Well, don't think so.
And this crowd.
Lovely body shot by Furguson.
He started the round strong H-bomb, but sort of tapered off. There's the right.
There it was, Matty.
There's the big
There
right.
it was.
Oh, he could be in trouble. This could be one of the great comebacks. Oh, he copped a big right there from Furguson. Furguson, good angles.
Yeah,
He's recovered.
Ferguson wore it really well.
Oh, the big
H-bomb's
copped a big.
It was nearly there, Matt.
Huge.
That was a huge shot.
Great way to end the fight there. Round number 4 ended with a bang, but for me, I think that Rob Furguson has done enough there, Julian Holland, in terms of the cleaner punches landed.
Yeah.
He went down to the body and then came upstairs.
Well, you could score the H-bomb for walking forward and all that, but you know Furguson was always landing shots. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, of the 4th rounds of boxing, we've gone to the judges' scorecards. Your 3 judges scored the contest: 40-36, 39-37, and 39-37. Declaring winner via unanimous points decision. Blue corner, Kick Savage, Rob Furguson. Thank you, John. Ladies and gentlemen, the following bout is semi-final number 1 of the Bianco Cup. Fighting out of the blue corner, Faiga, Opelu. He is the combat wombat, Sosoli.
It is Big Bad Benny Sosoli, trains with UFC fighters Jimmy Crute, Daniel Kelly. He takes on a very tough Faiga, Opelu guys. First one, Bianco Cup. 3-by-3-minute rounds.
Wow, this fight, they're both punches. I've seen, I've seen Sosoli fight, and he can punch. And Django, I know he's where he's from. He's from a good gym, Fortitude Valley, at the Valley Gym, and mate, they're good fighters, those guys. And I'm looking for fireworks this fight.
This one's going to be an absolute beauty, ladies and gentlemen. The heavyweights are here in Melbourne. As they say in boxing, do not blink. It's going to be a big one tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, both are definitely big punches. You look at Sosoli, he had a big knockout win back in 2017 against Trent Rawlins.
Oh, that was big.
He was getting dominated through the first 4 rounds, and then he came back with that big overhand left and knocked Rawlins out.
Soli's got his hands low, though.
And also beat Colin Wilson, the veterans, Colin Wilson and Big Bob Mirovic.
That's right.
A piece, and... You know, look, he's a southpaw too, which was probably making it awkward to come in and throw those big shots.
Yeah, he spent some time away from the boxing scene. It was his last fight was against Willie Narcio back in December 2017, so it's going to be interesting to see how he goes here tonight. Yeah,
and Willie Narcio, a lot different fighter than Django, because Big Billy, he's a big guy.
Big boy.
So this will be a lot different for him.
Can Willie be a future world champion contender?
He's a big guy.
Beautiful jab there by Faiga. Faiga is they're both strong units.
Yeah. And
Soli's tough as nails, isn't he?
Yeah. But you know, him coming forward, Django coming forward to the southpaw, you know, he needs to get that left foot, that lead foot outside, throw the big right hand, and that's what he'll try and do.
Good body shot there by Faiga.
This is only a 3-round contest, so you've got to get off to a really fast start.
Oh, you do. You're playing catch-up if you lose round 1 sometimes. Both guys, for their physiques, and I say this respectfully, are very athletic. You look at them and say, but you can see Faiga, he gets a lot of power from his legs and obviously his core, you would say.
Yeah.
And it's solely for a guy carrying a bit around his stomach. He's real agile, and he's also very strong in the legs.
And both guys have got very quick hands, just a little bit like Ruiz Jr. You know, how quick he with his hands, and these guys are exactly the same. Awesome power.
Oh, big left. Both guys landed there. Great exchange.
So far, it's hard to separate both fighters in the first round. Not too many punches sort of landed between the two.
I like the head movement from Faiga. Sosoli just easy come, easy go. But he backs himself. He backs his chin.
Yeah, well, Faiga, well, you know, moving that head, it gives him a target.
That's in round number 1.
That was more of an assessing sort of round between the two fighters.
Round 2.
That was a very even round. Faiga, Paulie, and Sosoli. Sosoli in the red trunks. Faiga in the black and gold. And it's going to be an interesting one. I reckon both guys are warm now. They started well. Both guys are warm.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a feeling out, Ryan, just to see what the guys are doing. You'll see a bit of fireworks coming soon, I think.
I've got a feeling Faiga's about to explode, Jordan, like you are in the commentary.
Yeah, Faiga, he made the semi-finals of the competition last year, so he's looking to go one better by winning this and making the finals. So for me, he's a dark horse in this tournament.
He's got beautiful footwork again for a guy who's a shorter and thick heavyweight. Look at that. That was beautiful. So Soli's got to be careful. He's just got to keep moving his head side to side. He can't get in that position in front of Faiga and stop.
Yeah.
Oh, so Soli's aggressive though, and Faiga's not usually used to someone putting the pressure on him. Oh,
Lovely straight right there by
beautiful.
Faiga.
Faiga's just got that explosive hand speed.
Yeah. And what Faiga's doing, he's just giving him angles, and that'll make him hesitate a little bit.
And Benny Sosoli lands a beautiful left. Sosoli comes from a tough family. His brother Adam was a former heavyweight AFC champion, mixed martial artist.
Brandon Sosoli.
Brandon Sosoli he's tough as a lot bigger than Brendan, but Benjamin, excuse me. But Benjamin, to me, a little bit dirtier and grittier. But yeah, Brandon, are tough as nails. Very good mixed martial artist. Beat Andre Manua. So, that was a good exchange. And both guys now are ready to actually cop a couple of heavy hands. So, a very good fight we have here.
Sosoli's got plenty on it, hasn't he? He just everything he just throws.
Benjamin goes for gold.
Yeah.
He tries to knock you out with one punch, Ben.
And Faiga's doing the right thing here. He's just giving him angles. He's moving around, throw a couple of punches, and then off he'll go.
Ben Sosoli is as fit as I've seen him. He's actually got really good shape in his arms and his stomach compared to other times. He's actually in a lot better shape. So expect a fitter Benjamin Sosoli. I reckon he'll finish stronger than most people think.
Both are efficient movers, but for me, in this round, Faiga Opelu is really sort of lifting his performance, and for me, he's taking it so far. Yeah,
he's just got that really good footwork. Both guys very impressive so far.
Lovely work to the body. Every time he's just popping back, and he's just popping mine back to his stomach. Lovely right hand there.
Yeah, definitely the money punch for Opelu is definitely that right hand, and he's landed on occasions in this second round on Benjamin Sosoli.
Very beautiful work. Well, that's what you do to a southpaw, Geordie. You lead that right hand, keep throwing it.
Oh, beautiful right.
Bringing him onto it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the right hand was definitely going to be the weapon tonight. He proved it last year in the Frank Bianco Cup, and he's doing it the same here tonight in the 2019 edition.
Evening for the Frank Bianco Cup.
And final round.
Sosoli needs a knockout. In my opinion, I reckon he might be 0-2. It was very close that first round. Could have been either one. I thought Faiga just got that round. But against Sosoli is more aggressive. You just don't know how the judges can see it.
Well, definitely this round, I feel Faiga's just pinched that last round. Sosoli needs to come out and put pressure on this round to win the fight.
Faiga's been cleaner and a bit more angles, but in saying that, Sosoli's done the attacking. He's been more aggressive. Both guys exchange heavy there.
Here they go. Faiga's calling him on now.
Faiga says let's go and trade. Sosoli. Daniel Kelly going absolutely berserk.
Faiga has shown his real silky movement
Yeah,
in and out of the
yeah.
pocket. He slides in and then slides out.
He's making him miss and then making him pay, Jordan.
Faiga just using his athleticism.
Really smart
in and out the pocket really well.
Smart in his work, Faiga, so far.
Yeah,
High
that's
boxing
good.
IQ in his first matchup for the Frank Bianco Cup.
Kelly going absolutely berserko.
Nice jab there, stiff jab there from Ben Sosoli, but he really needs to lift his punch output. For me, Faiga's producing the goods in the second and third round.
Yeah, he's got to explode Sosoli. He looks a little bit predictable at the moment.
Yeah.
It's a very good opponent he's got, so you've got to respect that. Maybe an overhand right, something that maybe Faiga hasn't seen.
Well, yeah, well, he's trying to set too much Sosoli.
Yeah.
And that is because he's giving him angles, he's making him move, he's making him hesitate.
Big exchange there.
Sosoli's got to let his hands go.
Both of these guys have amazing power.
Faiga just has to be really tight defensively in the remaining few seconds because we know what
beautiful right hand there by Faiga.
We know Benjamin Sosoli has lights
and
out power.
Again. He just walked into a couple of beautiful right hands from Faiga.
This is, and another big right there.
You see, what I love about Faiga, he just threw those two beautiful shots and then just ducked under that left hook.
He's got a lot of confidence at the moment as well, Julian. It's been such a fast pace for guys that are weighing 129 kilos and 110 kilos. But Faiga Opelu has just shown what a great athlete he is. Look at that, he's still on his feet for a heavyweight 9 minutes in.
As I said, he comes from a fantastic gym up in Brisbane there, the Fortitude Valley Gym.
So hello to all the boys up there. They're tough as nails, those boys.
Yeah.
He's definitely showed his high skill set here tonight.
Well schooled.
Remaining few seconds, Matt Pelios, and for me, I think Opelu has done enough.
It's been sensational. I think Faiga.
Beautiful.
What an exchange.
Yeah.
Very, very good contest.
From Western Australia, Patrick Eneanya is undefeated.
Ladies and gentlemen, of the 3 rounds of action of round 2, the judges' scorecards. We have a unanimous points decision. Your winner, blue corner, Opelu. Ladies and gentlemen, bout number 3 on the card, semi-final. Number 2, fighting out of the blue corner, Patrick White One. And he's opponent fighting out of the red corner, Julius, the towering inferno, Long.
Nina, Julius Long over there, big time boxing. It is going to be an absolute beauty.
Round 1.
And Julius Long, a big, big human being, Jordan Bellerini, weighed in last night at 136 kilos.
Yeah, he's 216 centimetres and currently training at the Tony Martin's gym in Auckland under Matt Sobey, who comes from Bendigo. So he's 42 years of age, very experienced campaigner, and he's coming up against another experienced campaigner in Patrick Eneanya. Enya's never lost before. He's in the black and gold trunks. And
he's in magnificent condition, Enya.
Yeah.
He's from Perth, Pep Andrews.
Could nearly be a cruiserweight.
And definitely, like, it's going to be interesting to see, like, Julius Long. He's getting older now, just to see his mobility, whether, he can still skip around the ring or, he's struggling.
Big fight, this one. The heavyweights are in town. You've got to love this for the Frankie Bianco Cup. And it's speed versus size and power, isn't it?
Definitely. Enya's just he's got to keep moving his head, and he's got to just shorten that distance down as he come in, just to let his bombs go. But you can't do that straight away. It's going to take a little while.
And Long, Just got to watch the speed. In and out quickly he was there. Patrick Eneanya, very quick.
Yeah, Patrick Eneanya hasn't fought since December 2016, so he's been inactive for 2.5 years. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes against a real active fighter in Julius Long, the 7-footer.
Yeah, but it looks like, you know, body-wise, he looks very well, you know, conditioned. So he's probably obviously done the work. So it would be interesting to see.
And both guys.
But this, you know, just he's got to get. He's got to get past that big left hand of Julius Long.
And it's when Patrick Eneanya, it's when he slows down, he's in trouble. If he's in and out quickly like he has been so far, he started very well. Long can't really touch him much. He's touching up Long's face a bit, but it's just when he slows down that extra gear, he's in some trouble because he's just against a bigger human being.
Well, from what I'm seeing now is with Julius Long, his mobility. So Enanya's just got to keep moving. He's got to use his angles. He's got to be in and out, in and out.
And Patrick Eneanya, good, beautiful left. And again, the right, and Long backs onto the ropes, Jordan.
Yeah, moments ago, Patrick Eneanya caught him with a check left hook and then came over the top with the right hand. And so far, he's lighting up the 7-footer in Julius Long. Yeah, punch output definitely in favour of Patrick Eneanya from Western Australia. And Julius Long really needs to lift his punch output. Hasn't thrown too much, Julian Holland.
Yeah, definitely.
What a start to this one. And who would have thought Eneanya would be walking in, winning the first round? Oh, but big left. Oh, he sort of held in some dirty boxing there by Long. Just grabbed him and just hooked him a couple. What a great start to the second. Frank.
Ask what he does without making it look obvious.
Okay, done. Round number two. And what would Longy's corner, Julius Long at 7 foot, what was his corner would have said, Julian Holland?
Well, I would say it'd be just using that, get that left hand on. That's his tool, his size. So he's got to use his size to his advantage, Matt.
Needs a big. Yeah. I think. Sorry, Julian. I think Patrick needs to feel Longy's power. I think Julius Long's got to really hit him with a big blow, and that's what the big. Yeah. Patrick's just been in and out, very confident now, using his speed, using his angles. Big right again by Patrick. And Julius Long's trying to grab him by the back of the head a little bit and get a bit of dirty boxing.
He's done a little bit of dirty boxing throughout his career, Julius Long. He did it a few times against Lucas Brown. They fought twice. Lucas Brown knocked him out in the first matchup in the 9th round, and in the second matchup last year, Lucas Brown stopped him in the 3rd round. So he's been in with some of the best, but for me, he's sort of aging a little bit at 42 years of age. Yeah,
and what we were saying before was the mobility. You know, when that starts slowing down, well, then he's going to have trouble with little quick guys like Eneanya.
And Long just, he's got to try to catch him coming in.
He likes to change stances. I've watched him throughout his career. He likes to go from the orthodox to southpaw stance. He did it against Lucas Brown. He favours that sort of left hand that he possesses. It's got a lot of power behind that rear hand.
And Eneanya weighed in at 96 kilograms. So there's 40 kilos. Long, this is where Long can put him in trouble here.
Yeah.
Just
Long's got to let those hands go when he's in close.
Oh, gets a warning from the back of the head by little Ignatius Misselides.
And Long's complaining to the referee that he's holding. But, you know, that's what you got to do when you're a little fella and you're in there and you've got a big bloke trying to club you. You've got to hang on like all hell.
Patrick's physical condition is phenomenal, Julian. For a guy probably no taller than 5'10", 5'11", he's in great shape. Look at those legs and back. The guy has trained every muscle. He's very ripped. And, to fight a guy at 136 kilos, 7 foot, is phenomenal.
And he's not worried about it.
Definitely.
But he's they've come in with a game plan and he's sticking to it.
Started well, very well.
At the moment, Long's not really intimidating Eneanya from coming in. Enya's just happy to come in the pocket.
Yes. Oh, he's hurt Long there. Long, we're a couple.
Long showboating a little bit there, Matt Pilios in the centering.
Yeah, he's not happy.
Maybe he should hit him in the kneecap.
He's just frustrated. I think Long's frustrated he can't catch Eneanya. He's just so quick. So
and that does frustrate you as a fighter if you can't hit that target.
Yep. He threw a big hook there, but Eneanya has got all the answers tonight. Oh, big right. And what a fight this is.
Round number 2, 1 remains. We'll find out. Both fighters touch gloves. This is the third and final round.
Third and final round. I welcome everybody to Big Time Boxing again. It is Julius Long, the 7 foot, towering over Patrick Eneanya. And, you know, some people may have Patrick 2 rounds 0 up. He's just been the busier fighter, but Long has the capability to knock him out at any time. And we've got big legend Sammy Greco, the K1 former world kickboxing champion. Pride, Bellator, one of the great men in the crowd here, Sammy Greco. Jordan, I've never seen him so quiet this year, Julian. He's warming up the young fellow who won the Rising Star commentary for the last 2 years.
Yeah, it's a comfortable matchup for Patrick Eneanya here. Stevie Wonder would be seeing that Patrick Eneanya is winning this matchup.
That's a good one. He's come back strong. Yeah, look, Long's just got to land a big blow. But Patrick Eneanya has been extremely impressive.
He's comfortable in centre ring, really exchanging with the 7 footer. You look at Julius Long, he comes from a good sporting pedigree. His father played NBA as well as his brother, so comes from a good sporting pedigree, but it's not putting him in good stead here tonight against Patrick Eneanya, who is not fazed by the 7 foot giant.
Well, but we always say that like Enya's going to have trouble getting up to him, but probably Julius Long's having trouble hit coming down to him.
Yeah.
So it works probably the same way.
And just a non-stop moving target.
Yeah.
He's been.
Not too much on the jab of Julius Long either, really just pulls it out.
Oh, and Eneanya! And Long fights back with a big uppercut. But Patrick has him on the ropes.
Straight right.
Long needs
Straight
a...
right.
You see, and but Julius Long stopped throwing that left hand out.
And, yeah,
Oh, that
Long's
was a bit
tired.
low.
Long's very tired.
Yeah, the weapon of Julius Long is that left hand, but we haven't seen it used too much here tonight.
At 42 years old, a huge effort by Julius, towering Inferno Long. 42 years old, it's not easy. Big respect. Oh, that's a slip there. Oh, nearly landed a big left. Never put the guard down.
So far, both fighters wrestling in the corner, but Patrick Eneanya really in cruise control in this fight and lands the right hand upstairs on Julius Long. And that wasn't ruled a knockdown. It was ruled a push there.
One thing about Long, he's not hurt. He hasn't been really hurt tonight. He's been stung by a few. He just wants to catch that moving target. Can he do it? Big Julius Long. Hat-trick, playing the smart game. Just smart game here, just circling away from the big left or right. And Patrick Eneanya, to me, will make the final of the Frank Bianco Cup. Long, it is over.
That is the end of the fight, ladies and
For
gentlemen.
me, a comfortable victory, unofficially, of course. There's only going to be one winner in the Frank Bianco Cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we've gone on to the judges' scorecards. We have a unanimous point decision, your winner, and moving into the final of the Frank Bianco Cup. Blue corner, Patrick, white one, Eneanya. Ladies and gentlemen, bout number 4 on this stacked big time boxing card. Fighting out the blue corner, Wright. And his opponent fighting at the right corner, Waleed, Haddara.
Haddara has been sparring with Zach Dunn. He's got a very good corner. Kostrophy and a few of the boys in his corner. But Haddara, he's like he's got the nation on his shoulders. A huge family, very famous, great people. and he has a big weight on his shoulders, and he's been unbelievable so far. He's produced a good couple of years early in his career, and now he's stepping up in competition. Wright, a dangerous fighter, and very even matchup here. Nick Wright, 29 years old, corporate boxing, comes from New Zealand, but comes out of corporate boxing in Brisbane. You know how tough they are there.
Yeah, and they always come down to fight, those boys.
Oh yeah.
But you know, but Wally, you know, we know Wally. He's just an explosive fighter. You know, you'll see him here 1 minute, and then he's on you the next. So, you know, he's pretty hard to fight against.
He's got that compact builder, Haddara. You know, he's very strong in the back.
And can punch.
Yeah, he got that little explosive speed. Nick Wright, very confident, very good fighter. Done a lot of sparring, a lot of amateur fight. Like he's been around the traps. A very good matchup by Quincy Armatruda here.
Yeah, definitely. Look, the corporate boxers over the years, all the fighters that come down, you know, they're well schooled and they're fit and they're tough. So you know, this should be a good fight.
And one thing also with Nick Wright, he's had 15 Muay Thai fights as well. So he's a fighter. Haddara lands a big right. Also, big shout out to Isaac Hardman, a guy who's unbelievable. You'll see him in the UFC in a couple of years' time. He's watching from Queensland. Oh! And Haddara, a big right hook, similar to the hitman Isaac Hardman would do. Haddara has done it, as I called it. That is a beautiful right hook, right on the button, and Wright's in trouble.
That was a perfectly timed right hand.
Oh! Wright's, Haddara's speed. This could be over. He's going to be welding here. It is over, Big Wallet has done it. Unbelievable scenes here in Melbourne. And they are happy. What a win.
Cup would be the semi-main event, and the main event is Dunn versus the man from Uruguay.
1 second into the very first round. This fight ended, declaring a winner by knockout, Waleed. Ladies and gentlemen, bout number 5 on the card. Fighting out of the blue corner, Harjinder, Singh. And his opponent fighting at the red corner, he is Khalid, Pretty Boy Baker.
Huge crowd tonight. Guys, I'm fired up. Khalid Baker and Singh, tell us about both guys.
You got Khalid Baker. He's coming off a win against Aaron Ross. That was in April, and he got a stoppage victory towards the back end of that fight in the 6th round. But he went down, if you remember, in the 1st round to Aaron Ross, the man from Mildura, and it really made a statement in that fight. Maybe a champion was made in that fight in Khalid Baker. But he's got Harjinder Singh here tonight. Harjinder Singh has had the 2 wins, the 10 losses. He was last on Big Time Boxing a couple of months back, and he lost that fight by a 3rd round stoppage against Jason Waitley. So he's been here before, but it's a real test against Khalid Baker, who's one of the rising stars in the cruiserweight division.
Baker has that explosiveness, and Julian, he just did it then. He was rocked, Baker, that last fight. He came back, and that's the sort of fight he needed from a wall. And all of a sudden, he's come out swinging.
Yeah, definitely. Like that last fight, he got hit. We all thought he was gone. He come back, and I think, you know, he would have gone back to the gym and worked hard, and he won't make that mistake again.
I've seen a big change in Khalid Baker's body. He's really trimmed down. He's got fitter. He's cardio fit, and he's explosive. Really impressive so far, Khalid Baker.
He really hasn't stopped training under James Rosier, and also Peter Hatton. He's been training with Peter Hatton.
Big pistol, Pete. We love Pete.
And it's his birthday today too. Happy birthday, Pete Hatton.
Peter Hatton, you're an absolute superstar, big man. And one of the great kickboxing trainers and boxing trainers, Pete Hatton. And Khalid Baker's on fire. I mean, he's got Melbourne behind him. a great comeback story, and Brian Armature at Quincy and Nick and the team have really got behind him.
He just needs to be careful now. You know, Singh's sort of shutting that distance down a little bit, looking to unload with a big shot. Just doesn't need to get hit with any rubbish.
Yeah, good call. Good head movement by Singh.
Harjinder Singh fought Jason Waitley. Started off strongly, but then Waitley caught him with a few body shots, and then it was good night. But Khalid Baker's on a different level to Harjinder Singh. I think you're going to see it throughout this contest.
Look, I think Singh's dangerous.
Baker's got great speed. Oh, big exchange by Khalid Baker.
As I said, that he just unloaded an absolute beauty combination.
That was like an 11-punch combination. I don't know if there was a head clash, but Singh is cut. It's a bad cut. Surely the doctor's got to come in here. Surely. He's in a lot of trouble.
There's a timeout right now, Matty Pilios.
He's asked for the doctor to come in. Gets his gloves on. And Singh's got a big cut above the right eye.
Was it a head clash in that combination?
I don't know if the head came in, but Baker was just all over him. 7 to 8 punch combination right there.
By the look of the cut, it was a head cut. It was either a head clash or an elbow or something like that.
Yep.
You don't get cuts off the glove from where that is on the forehead.
Baker's hand speed and power is phenomenal. I reckon he's trimmed 5 kilos. He's just so more explosive and got great cardio at the moment.
The thing about where they've called it off. They've called it off.
And watch for the dance moves. He's one of the greatest dancers as well, Khalid Baker.
So a first-round stoppage victory for Khalid Baker, and he moves to 3-0 on the professional scene with 3 KOs, and he's had a great...
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes and 27 seconds into round number 1. Your ringside position for the start of this contest, declaring it out via TKO and still undefeated, Khalid Baker. Great effort by Singh, great sportsmanship. Give both a round of applause, Melbourne. Ladies and gentlemen, back to boxing with the semi-main event of the evening and the final of the Bianco Cup. Fighting out the blue corner, Opelu. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he's Patrick White One, Eneanya.
What do we say? Red boots, Faiga, and in the black boots is Patrick Eneanya. Both impressive wins. And this is for the 2019 Bianco Cup or trophy, as we'd say. And welcome everyone in Big Time Boxing.
So it's final time now. Looking forward to this. Patrick Eneanya and his opponent, Opelu. Opelu's coming off a decent win in the semi-final against a solid opponent in Ben Sosoli via decision. And Eneanya from Western Australia is coming off the win against a 7-footer in Julius Long. So this is the final. This is where the cash is going to be won in this fight. Opelu made the semis last year and he's improved one better by reaching the final here. For me, the favourite in this one is going to be Opelu, but we'll wait to see how things play out.
Yeah, definitely. And it's quite funny because Eneanya actually looks, he's big now. And when he was fighting Julius Long, he looked so small. So quite funny. But I really liked the way Faiga fought that first fight, and I thought he was smart, and I thought he was sharp and class. But take nothing off the way Eneanya beat Julius Long.
Beat a 7-foot tall monster. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah.
Both guys aren't huge heavyweights, 104 kilos, 97 kilos. I say that respectfully. They're both athletic heavyweights.
Yep.
Someone like Chris Jezewski, who fights tomorrow night, this could be the new trend in heavyweights. Obviously, you've got someone like Big Will.
Yeah, but have a look at the size of their legs.
My God.
They are,
You karate chop those quads and you break your hand.
And that's where their punch and power comes from.
Have a look how strong Faiga Opelu looks. And, you know, Patrick Eneanya, he's just thick in the back as well.
Lovely,
he's ripped in the arms.
Yeah, I just think, you know, Faiga, he just, you know, he's boxing, he's throwing his shots and he's moving, he's using angles and, you know, he's fighting smart.
Patrick's not afraid to stand in front of Faiga, so interesting start, and he's doing more of the stalking. So
yeah,
Faiga with his back to the ropes a little bit more. Interesting to see how the judges score this.
Yeah, Opelu's definitely on the back foot a little bit more, trying to counter-punch Eneanya. Enya's the front foot fighter, but really, so far in this first round, Eneanya seems a little gun-shy.
Good head movement there by Faiga.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a night of big-time boxing. Just to let everybody know who has tuned in, guess what? We have the great Zach Dunn, the WBA Oceania Super Middleweight title on the line versus Rafael Sosa Pintos from Athens, Greece. Coming up next, 10 by 3-minute rounds.
And you just landed a lovely right hand, short right hand there.
And it's good for Faiga. Maybe woke the big fella up. In the red boots, Faiga Opelu.
Lovely left hand.
Yeah, beautiful. Patrick Eneanya is a
and,
great athlete.
He's a smart fighter. He makes them miss.
He absolutely bamboozled big Julius Long at 7 foot. Oh, great exchange there. Oh, yeah.
He's calling him on. This is what he wants.
Faiga wants the brawl. Patrick's got to be smart and box.
Number one. The Bianco Cup final, the heavyweight final. Round number two.
Round number two. Oh, Eneanya.
Straight away.
Oh, both guys.
Straight away. Faiga's come out in a different way. He's come out. So
Faiga landed a right then through at the end. So maybe Patrick felt his power, Julian.
The corners told Faiga to come out and let go. I think. Bring the work on.
Wow. What a fall! Big right
in.
He's got to be very careful, Faiga, because this Patrick Enya's got one punch power.
Yeah, and
I reckon they both got one punch power, Jordan.
And you know,
Faiga came out hard.
I think Faiga's, you know, he's class, he's moving, he's shutting the distance down.
Great footwork.
But you know what, Eneanya, right? He's straight up and down, and if you make the wrong move, he'll make you pay, and that's the way he's fighting now.
Great head movement. Both guys came out like lightweights. This is for the trophy, the Frank Bianco 2019 trophy. Jordan, you'll tell us some of our previous winners.
Yeah, you got a few previous winners. So the winner last year in the 2018 edition, he was from New Zealand, Lioyd, undefeated fighter. And now we might have another sort of Islander winning in Samoan descent in Faiga Opelu, who's fighting for the final here.
They're tough boys. And the Frank Bianco Cup, I think in its 4th year. Well, the mouth guard's out of Patrick. They might need to put the water in. Bit of dust on that one.
Straight back in, that's what we like to see.
Tough as nails, big Patrick. And Patrick's got to use his speed, because all of a sudden now, Faiga's starting to touch him a little bit more than he did in the first round and a half. And again, Faiga. Yeah, I think Patrick's got a bit of a sense of urgency. He's been hit a few times.
Well, and that's, you know, it's a 3-round fight, so you've got to fight it as that.
Yep.
So you've got to come out and let your hands go, because if you lose that round, then, you know, you've got to make it up, and you haven't got a lot of time to make it up.
I agree.
You look at some of the competition they've faced throughout their career. Opelu's probably come up against a tougher competition. He's come up against Christian Choi, who's a former Cameroonian Commonwealth Games athlete.
Oh,
but that's a nice right hand there, Julian Holland.
Patrick,
that was short.
And Faiga is like a bull. He's got him in the corner. He's trying to keep him there. And Faiga's Faiga's not, I'd say not brawling, but Faiga's more fighting. It's starting to affect now Patrick. This could be 1 round each, Julian.
Well, it depends on how you scored the first.
I thought Patrick just won the first. He was cleaner. And I thought he did more attacking just. Oh, look at Faiga. He's been so busy this round.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely come out and made a statement this round.
Oh, Patrick, good combinations, and it's like he's got some bounce back in his step. Very good round.
For me, that's a very good round in favour of Opelu from Samoa. For me, in the first round, it was a tough round to score, but for me, I think Opelu did enough in terms of his defense and the clean punches landed, so I've got him too.
This is
the fighters touch gloves. This is the 3rd and final round.
Third and final round. And it is the heavyweights here in Melbourne. 2,000 people at the Melbourne Pavilion, Mark. And what a fight this one is. Who will it be? Will it be Patrick Eneanya, or will it be big bad Faiga Opelu for the Frankie Bianco Cup? Frankie Bianco be looking very proudly here.
Both fighters willing to exchange, but for me, the high boxing IQ is in favour of Opelu, the Samoan.
Oh, Opelu is just like a brute. He is going berserk. Can Patrick weather this storm? Oh, good uppercut. Patrick's got to get some straight punches.
The mouth guard's out. Mouth guard's out.
There it is. And Faiga Opelu went absolutely berserk. I've never seen more mouth guards come out like I have tonight. Great work by Big James.
Jamesy Rosa.
And Patrick and Faiga. If we get the clock stopped, it'll be very interesting. I reckon Patrick's got to have some urgency here. Faiga's always attacking. He's got to be able to use his angles here. Patrick's got to, he's coming with a big right. Look at how busy he is. He's overruling. Patrick's just got to get out of the ropes, use angles. Great ducking in the face. Beautiful left.
He doesn't need to be hit with those shots.
Beautiful right there by Patrick. Oh, what a fight. Faiga
he's got him.
He's hurt.
He's got him.
This could be over. It is over.
He's got him.
Unbelievable.
Wow. What happened? You know what?
Unbelievable. What a win. He has done it. He has done it. And
he's
here's going to be a celebration.
Faiga hit him with a big right hand. And then
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute and 42 seconds into the final round. This fight ended, declaring you winner by knockout, and the winner of the 2019 Frank Bianco Cup, Bianco Opelu. Ladies and gentlemen, you're following back. This is the main event of the evening. Fighting out the red corner, he is the challenger, Rafael Sosa Pintos. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponents, Zach Dunn.
Zach Dunn, trained by one of the greats, Mick Hargraves.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's fights are sanctioned by the WBA under the auspices of Special Boxing and Combat Sports Board of Victoria. Your WBA representative at ringside, Mr. Francesco Martinez. Your judges are Chris Moxon, Andrew Campbell, and Brett Manson. Your doctor is Dr. Walter Di Bartolo. Your timekeepers are Chris Anderson Jr. and Tommy Davis. Your referee in charge of the bell tolls, Mr. Ignatius Miscellanies. Tonight's fights are with thanks to Big Time Boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, both warriors have now entered the ring. And this is the main event of the evening. Melbourne Pavilion, let's bring the noise. It's main event time. 10 by 3-minute rounds in the super middleweight division. These men will be fighting for the WBA Oceania Super Middleweight title. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, trained by Felix Paso out of the Soldier Gym with an official weight of 75.65 kilograms. Wearing the light blue boxing shorts with royal blue. A record of 72 fights, 58 wins, 23 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Salto in Uruguay. He's the former Uruguayan super middleweight champion, La Locomontana Santana and Darryl Ford out of Boxing Fit. With an official weight of 76.25 kilograms, wearing the black Everlast trunks. A record, 29 fights, 28 wins, 23 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Melbourne, Australia, he is the current, reigning and defending WBA Oceania Super Middleweight Champion, Zach Dynamo Dunn!
Do not blink. Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Pilios with Julian Holland, our former Commonwealth champion, Jordan Bellerini. We welcome you to the main event of the year. It is Zach Dynamo Dunn taking on Rafael Sosa Pintos from Uruguay. National anthems for both. Huge fight. It's for the WBA Oceania Super Middleweight title. Zach Dunn, 28-1, 23 knockouts. The Victorian country boy. He's got 2,500 people behind him. We welcome everybody across the world. And what a fight he goes against Rafael Sosa Pintos, age 38 years old. Let's talk about our opponent, Jordan Bellerini.
Yeah, you look at Pintos, he's fought some of the best across the world. Last fought Chef at Asufi back in 2018, that was in February, and Asufi just had a world title shot against Billy Joe Saunders. And he actually went the distance with Asufi, so he's definitely a durable fighter. So I think that he may stay with Zach Dunn for a few rounds, but the big question will be, will Zach Dunn really find a home for that right hand or that left rip to the body, which could be good night?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. This is the best that I've seen Zach Dunn. You know, his shape.
Mickey Hargraves and Boxing Fit have been
he's
unbelievable,
fit,
Stevie.
and he's you know, he's so much. He's
body.
big. He's big. He's, you know, like he's working up. He's just shutting that distance
And he's
down.
got movement. Like you always just see Zach Dunn just come in and fight.
Yeah.
He looks like a boxer now.
Well,
we know how tough he is.
Talking to his training team that you're planning on using the left hand tonight. You know, really getting that left hand out, and then he's come out doing that at the moment.
Yep. Mick Hargraves said they've been working on his jab, they've been working on head movement, and look at his fitness. But let me tell you about Sosa Pintos at 38 years old. This guy is quick, he's mobile, and Zach's got to catch him.
Yep, that's the question, and he's actually been at 403 rounds in his career, so that's a lot of rounds, 38 years of age, and as I mentioned before, fought some of the best, fought Mundine all the way back in 2014, 2015. So he's been in with some of the best in the business and gone the distance with them, so we'll see how he goes against the Dynamo.
Zach Dunn is going to want to try to find a home there. A big, beautiful left hook.
Zach just looks so much bigger than him.
Yeah, both guys weighed in last night. Zach Dunn obviously weighing right on the weight. He was 76.25.
Yeah.
Tad over. But obviously the half a kilo, and Rafael 75.56. But yeah, I reckon Zach's put 3 or 4 kilograms on. And he's just, he's really that's a big overhead right.
But that's just
back of the head or power.
That's just saying what a good athlete Zach is by getting the weight down and blowing up. The Argentinian, he's blowing up about the back of the head. You know, I think it was fair.
Yeah, it was look. It was sort of right on the side back. Well, it just happened to happen. It happened to be moving. A moving target. It is what it is. Wasn't intentional.
When you go to another country, they're not going to protect you for that.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to sort of keep fighting and doing what you've got to do.
It's interesting to see how Rafael recovers. He seems like he's recovered. Yeah. But until Zach throws a big right, we'll only know. And now he's a bit more offensive. There's a big right again.
Well, so far in the first round, that was the money shot. Yeah. Zach Dynamo Dunn, that overhand right. So gearing up for the second round here, Julian Holland, Ignatius Michailidis in the centre of the ring, and Dynamo Dunn is going to come out and try to make a statement in his second round. He wants the big fish in the middleweight division, the super middleweight division, the likes of Saunders, Asufi, Callum Smith, who's also the champion in the WBA division, and also another boy by the name of Caleb Plant, who's the IBF champ. So we'll see how it plays out. This is an important fight for his career.
Yeah, Zach, you know, look, he's looking really relaxed at the moment.
Yeah, he really looks calculated in his work. He knows that he's probably got probably got he's on the front foot and he knows that he can do the business against the Uruguayan. We'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. But at the moment, he's really fighting like a man possessed and trying to constrict his Uruguayan opponent.
What would the Uruguay trainers would have been saying to Rafael there, Julian?
Well, they would have been saying, don't worry about that overhand right. It's just keep to the game plan.
He landed a beautiful right there on the chin of Dunn. Dunn didn't move, but it was a nice, crisp right hook there by Sosa.
Threw a lovely little double left hook there.
Sosa Pintos is an impressive fighter. He's just fighting a very powerful unit.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Like Zach's confident of his power. And he just walks through them and just lets go with his big shots.
Yeah, that hurt him, that body punch.
Yeah, that was a vicious right rip there from Dynamo Dunn. Look at him, goes for the left hook. That's one of his favourite punches as well, that left hook. Very underrated punch in his repertoire.
See, look, by the looks of it, I think we've got a massive punch power
100%.
difference. You know, Zach just hits way harder.
I say this respectfully, they look like a different weight division. I mean, Zach has really filled out. He cut the weight. He looks like he's walking around 80, 81 kilos. And Rafael's still at these 75, 76. You just feel it's that country strength that they've got. You know, it's hard to explain, but some of these country lads are just naturally strong. It's a big power from his hips.
Well, Zach's a strong super middleweight.
Oh.
He's definitely a world-class athlete. He's sanctioned in the three sort of bodies, the WBO, the WBA and the IBF, and all in the top 10. So he's definitely looking for some of the big names in the division.
He's throwing some heavy hands, Zachy Dunn.
He's an exciting fighter. Definitely commentators' dream calling Zach Dynamo Dunn.
Oh, and Rafael
hit him with good,
got him a couple good ones there. Just use his speed there, and the Uruguay fights back. And that just woke up Zach Dunn a little bit. Dynamo.
Zach's just got to be careful of Pintos. His little left hook. He's landed a few times.
He's just catching that right hand down a bit by Zach.
Sometimes when you're fighting fighters and you think you're going to walk through them, you know, you drop your hands, they can catch you with those little ones and they'll put you on your bum. So always got to be careful.
He got that left hook again. That doesn't have the power of Dunn, but it's landing. Oh, he's getting the crowd fired up. Oh, we're going to fight here in Melbourne. What a round.
Pintos, did you like that? He was getting hit by Dunn's big shots and he was just sort of talking to him.
Pintos was impressive that round. Round number 3. And ladies and gentlemen, a little bit different to the end of round 1 where Dynamo dominated round 1. All of a sudden the Uruguay landed some punches in the second and probably shocked this stadium a little bit. But may have even lost the round, but he actually came back and landed punches on Dynamo Dunn when it didn't even look like it.
I still think Zach controlled the round, you know. There was nothing there that was going to worry him.
More the surprise that he started landing.
But it's stuff you've got to look at.
Zach just wants to knock him out, doesn't he, Julian?
He's always got that look in his eye.
He's always got bad intentions, Zach Dynamo Dunn. And he's looking to improve his record, winning record to 29 wins. But Pintos hasn't come all this way to make up numbers. He's a durable fighter, and we're seeing that in the opening couple of rounds. The big question, Julian, is can he withstand it for 10 rounds?
Yeah, and that is the question, Jordan.
He fought Callum Smith a couple of years back on short notice, Pintos, and went the 3 rounds with him before Smith stopped him, and maybe Zach Dynamo Dunn will do the same. We just have to wait and see.
Dunn just not being as aggressive as he was in the first and second rounds, being a bit more patient. Oh, then that's a good straight right there, right down the barrel.
Yeah, I dare say they're trying to get the rounds. Rounds under their belt. Just the more rounds they get is probably the better work they can get for their next fight in their journey to get a world title.
Yeah.
It's definitely a smart tactic. You look in his last fight, he knocked out Patrick Rockhold straight away in the second round, so he needs the rounds.
You don't want to knock him straight out. You need the experience. You need that ring. You don't get experience like in there when you're fighting on the night. So that's exactly what they'd be doing.
And for all the viewers that don't know much about Rafael Sosa Pintos, he's won the last 7 out of 8 fights. The guy's been fighting all around Europe. I mean, he's a real contender.
Yeah, he defeated Carlos Adan Jerez back in February, Zach Dunn actually defeated that guy as well. He's an Argentinian, and he came up trumps in February. But this is a different test altogether against a world-rated fighter who's looking to get the WBO strap.
Great thing about Zach Dunn is he's only 28 years of age as well, so he's still learning. Good overhand right.
Oh, lovely little body shot from Pintos.
You can definitely see the venoms coming from the gloves of Zach Dynamo Dunn. The Uruguayan doesn't have too much mustard on his shots or too much pop.
Nah. Look, he's landing it, but he's not hurting Zach. That's a good sign for Mick Hargraves and boxing fit Port Melbourne.
Yeah, definitely. You know, since Zach's been gone over to boxing fit, you know, with Mick Hargraves, you know, champion bloke and a champion trainer. You know, he's
one of the great fit Mickey boy.
Just gone to a different level. You know, the training and fitness and everything, a different shape in his body even.
Big Zach just trying to knock his head off there, Jules. And you know what? We've got a fight on our hands, guys.
Round 4.
Round 4, for me, I've got it 3 rounds to 0 in favour of Zach Dynamo Dunn. You could probably argue the second round maybe in favour of the Uruguayan, but I'm going to go in favour of Dynamo Dunn in that second round.
Oh, big left by the Uruguayan there.
I think it's 3 rounds to Zach, easy.
Yeah, 3 rounds to Zach for me, but the Uruguay had a very close second round.
He had a little bit of success, but probably not what Zach was doing, yeah.
Yeah, the only blemish on Zach Dunn's record is the 2017 defeat to Dave Brophy. That was for the Commonwealth title. He's learned a lot from that, and I think he's going to come back a better fighter, as we're seeing right now.
I commentated that fight right here. And I'll never forget those early kidney punches from Brophy. He weathered the storm. Oh, a punch afterwards.
Oh.
He's not happy. He's been warned. Dunn has been a warning, and he's not happy.
Well, he took a knee. I don't know why he did that.
And it could be a point here. No, it's a warning. 1 point. No, he said he'll lose a point. Hasn't lost the point yet, so.
Just a warning for the Uruguayan, and he's just pumping that jab out, but it's not going to intimidate Zach Dynamo Dunn, who comes over with the right hand. And he's trying to stalk his Uruguayan opponent here in the corner, Matt Pilios.
I'd love to see Zach Dunn fight Brophy again, but the big question is he might fight another Victorian next. Our friend from the Peninsula.
Oh, Jade Mitchell. Well, Jade Mitchell, that talk's gone. You know, Jade Mitchell wants that fight. Zach wants that fight. I think
it's got to happen for Melbourne.
Well, I think it does, but I think right now, from what the camp is saying, there might be a big shot coming, and they've got to go that road. They've got to go that way.
Somewhere in Europe.
You know what? And then I think that those 2 fighters will meet here at the Pavilion. Jade Mitchell, Zach Dunn.
Mate, what a fight that would be. Yeah. Country Victoria takes on the Peninsula. We would need to go to a stadium.
You've got the bull against the matador.
Yeah. It'd be unbelievable. The slugger versus the crisp boxer. It'd be unbelievable. Jade is just such a beautiful, stylistic fighter. Zach's just an animal that comes forward. It'd be 2 very great Victorian fighters. But all of a sudden, Zach's going to worry about Rafael, Sosa, Pintos, because Pintos is taking some of his best shots here and saying, give me more.
This isn't good for Pintos' health. He's taking clean shots to the body and to the face.
Oh.
And now he's down on 1 knee, Matt Pilios.
He's hurt. How bad hurt is he? Zach Dunn could finish this now, the young fella. 28 years of age.
It was the body, wasn't it? It was the body, like all those shots in the head, and he just dropped one to the liver, bang.
Pintos saw that right rib. He's ducking low.
Oh, Zach went for that then.
Pintos just doesn't have the power to face Zach Dynamo Dunn, and we're seeing it in this 4th round.
He could be this could be a point here. Zach Dunn has don't know what he's done. But Zach Dunn might be, maybe, he's going to get a replay here. Yeah, punch to the back of the head. 1 point has been lost by Zach Dunn. And Pintos, let's see if he's okay. How much time does he get? Straight back in. Oh, Dunn is not happy. And what controversy here. We've got a 9-9 round there.
Round 5.
Round number 5, big time boxing. Matt Pilios here with Jordan Millereni and former Commonwealth champion Julian Holland. We've got an interesting fight here. Rafael Sosa Pintos went down to 2-8 counts. Then Zach Dunn stroked him after the referee said break. He got a point taken away from him. He's fired up. He won't touch gloves. Rafael's saying he's hit me in the back of the head. It's getting a little bit fiery here in Melbourne.
It is.
Wow.
It is.
Rafael knows he doesn't have the power to go Dunn. He's trying to rattle Zach, his mind a little bit and frustrate him a bit, which he did.
Well, you know, still Zach does not have to be careless and walk in with his hands down. You know, keep tight and box nice. And
the Uruguayan champion, they're protesting at the moment.
Yeah.
Trying to say that Zach's pushing him down.
Yeah, and you don't want to give the Uruguayan an easy way out either.
There's a lot of stop-start in this fight, and Michailidis brings both fighters to centre ring, but Felix Passo in the corner of the Uruguayan isn't happy.
Ignatius Michailidis had more warnings this fight than a lollipop man at a primary school crossing. Make no mistake, he's not stopped jumping in. The Port Melbourne boxing fit crowd are going berserk here at the Pavilion. 2,500 people. We saw the Frank Bianco Cup. Now we're seeing this WBA Oceania title. Good, quick jabs there. And Rafael, Zach's just smashing there with too much power. Or did he slip? No, he went down.
Pushed his head down.
Pushed his head down there. Yep, so no count.
You look at the super middleweight division in Australia, it's quite stacked. We mentioned Mitchell. There's also Rowan Murdoch, Bilal Akaway, who went over to America.
Yeah, and, you know, they're all fights we'd like to see fight each other.
Oh.
You know, at the moment in Australia,
imagine that.
I'd like all those fights to fight each other.
We should do a middleweight Frankie Bianco type cup after another.
Imagine that.
It would be a good Super 8s or something.
Yeah.
Armatruda, he could be onto something big.
Yeah, you could do it.
Great uppercuts there.
On main event, everyone, they'd all make the money.
Oh, no doubt.
Just put it out there.
We saw Joel Camilleri and Timmy Zoo. That was sensational. Caparello, could he go down to middleweight? Do you reckon he'd cut the weight?
Yeah.
Blakey boy. He's a ripping fighter. One of my favourites. But Zach Dunn's just power here.
He's like a surgeon at work at this point in time. Zach Dunn working the left hand like a wand as well as the right hand.
That left hand, that's what they've been talking about. That's what he needs to use a lot more of.
Yes.
Oh, that was all right, and that was all right too.
Great. Unbelievable resilience here by our Uruguay fighter, Sosa Pintos. But Zach Dunn just dominating. Outside that 1 point he's lost, dominating the fight. And big Zach Dunn taking on Sosa Pintos.
Round 6.
Up to the second half of the fight now, and fitness is going to come into play now. Julian Holland.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know about fitness. I think both boys are fit. I think it's about durability. I think it's about how much you can take.
Zach looks as ripped as ever. Like he's not carrying anything,
I haven't seen him this fit, honestly.
This is bad news for Sosa Pintos. Sosa Pintos, though, let's give this guy credit.
Oh, yeah.
He's copped an absolute hiding. He's smiling. He's fighting. He's smaller. This guy's resilient.
He's had 72 fights, very experienced campaigner, and you can see why they brought him across. Brian Armatruda, very highly regarded. Pintos, the Uruguayan.
Big rips there.
Big body shots. Come back. So Pintos come back with a little left hook in the inside there, and that's what Zach's got to worry about.
Pintos lands a left and a right, and Dunn's in the corner.
But that's what Zach's got to look at. He's got to and you throw your shots, but you know there's always something coming back.
Well, Zachy lands a big rib cut punch there. Oh, great power.
Yeah.
She's definitely not hurt, Zachy.
Yeah, definitely.
He copped a left there and a right.
He's coming back.
Just for the first time, Zach's copping a few hits. Mick Hargraves would not be happy.
But I don't think I don't think it's worrying him at all.
On Zach's power here. Oh, heavy hands. Pintos is in big trouble. Is he weathering the storm? He's just not moving.
He's not fighting back, and the referee's looking at it very closely.
Oh, there you go.
Commentators cursed there. He fought back just then.
Pintos is trying to put the gloves on, take his best. This is big guts. A risky move though by Pintos.
Well, you know, like when the opponent's throwing those big shots, set him up when he's got his hands down. You can drop that left hook, uppercut back on. That's what he's trying to do.
Oh,
there you go.
Both guys landing.
That's something that the team's trying to improve on. That's something that the boxing fit team's trying to improve on the defense of Zach Dynamo Dunn.
Totally. Yes. When you're going overseas fighting the big names, you need to have your hands up.
Beautiful rib shots there. I can see Pintos going to one knee. He can't stand there still. He's copping an absolute hiding here. Oh, big left. He's reading the play here. He's got to get out of Hargraves' corner there. Zach Dunn could knock him out here, the big right. Interesting round.
Yeah, one thing about Pintos, he doesn't throw many punches, but he's quite accurate in his work.
And Stevie and Mickey do not look happy. We've got big time boxing, round 7. It is. And this has become a war.
Did I see Pintos come over and look you in the eyes?
He did. He came over to the commentary position and said,
I'm back in this fight.
I'm in this fight. And all of a sudden, it's just funny how this great sport of boxing can change. Pintos, what do you call it? He played possum. Put his arms up and said, I'm going to wear Zach's punches. It exploded with combinations. Interesting strategy, but it seemed to work.
It's hard. It's hard. It's a hard one.
Oh, he's got a hard head.
A hard day in the office, that one.
The respect this older fella at 38 will have.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's going to lose on points if he can't win by stoppage, but great respect. Very resilient.
He's definitely got a granite chin, and he's showing his worth here tonight against the Dynamo.
Use the language there, ladies and gentlemen.
And Dynamo Dunn's trying to defend his WBA Oceania strap, so this is for the title.
Zach Dunn just seems like he's getting thrown. Beautiful uppercut there. Might have got, yeah, he did get Pintos there. And Ignatius giving Pintos a warning, saying you're trying to grab him.
He hasn't stopped training, Dynamo Dunn, since his last fight against Rocco. He's been sparring Gunnar Jackson and also Waleed Haddara, so he's been in a good camp.
You know what, both Haddara and Zach Dunn look as good as I've ever seen, both of them.
Yeah, they've worked hard, bothly.
Yeah, good on them. And I think that Melbourne weather being a bit more warmer than other years this year, they've probably got out and got some extra conditioning.
My biggest thing in boxing, right, you've got game, you've got a game. You've got a game where, you know, you try and you've got to have a plan B and a plan C, you know. So if you can't knock the guy out, you've got to outbox the guy, you know, and that's the way it is. Or really, you shouldn't try and knock the guy out. You should outbox him and then knock him out.
You know what? I think he started so well, Zach. It probably he was just so confident. He started coming in a little bit clumsy.
I just think he's a brute. He just loves knocking him out.
Beautiful left hook by Zachy boy.
Yeah. There's only one way with Zach Dunn, and that's to go and destroy, you know, and that's the way he fights.
They love him in Melbourne, in Victoria. Country boy, tough as nails. Speaking with his dad early on, his dad said he's that happy with his last 3 months. His last year and a half with Mick Hargraves, 2 years. He can't be happier.
I like him to work off the jab a bit more. He's got an underrated jab that he doesn't use too much.
Well, that's what they say. But you know, when you're a trainer of a guy like that, and you teach them and you tell them that, but then, you know, when they see the blood, they're like a shark, and then everything goes out the window.
Sosa Pintos landed a few.
He really wants to get him out there, Zach Dynamo Dunn, trying to improve his KO ratio to 24 KOs.
That's in round number 7.
What are your thoughts so far, Julian Holland?
Well, you know, look, Zach's winning.
Hawkins, a legend there. So Michael Gardner, great crowd here in Melbourne.
Round number 8.
And all to see this man, or most of them, Zach Dynamo Dunn.
A beautiful jab.
Very impressive there.
Heading to deep waters now. We'll see in the last 3 rounds what both fighters are made out of.
And Zach, yeah. Zach's winding up for a right hook, Julian. Or straight right, down the barrel. Talk to us. You had 40 fights.
Yeah. Look, you know what? The Zach's left hand's beautiful, and he just needs to work it. But you know what? As I said before, the knockout comes. The knockout comes when you try and force a knockout. It's easy to read. It's easy to see.
Good call.
At the moment, trying to stalk his play, Zach Dynamo Dunn. Nice left hook there. Caught a little bit of the gloves off Pintos, and Pintos at this moment is just backpedaling Medipilios.
Yeah, look, he's gone down again. He just copped a big left to the forehead there. He's in a lot of trouble here. He's got to get out of that corner. God, he fights back. He just doesn't have the power that Zach Dunn has.
Yeah.
You've got to give this guy credit, though. He's got a lot of heart. He's tough. He's durable. He's taken Zach Dunn's best tonight, and he's still going. It's round number 8, ladies and gentlemen. It's a huge effort. We're 25 minutes.
Yeah, well, look, honestly, I didn't think it was going to go that far, and Pintos has done a great job staying in there.
After round 1, we thought this is going to be a round knockout, probably round 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So phenomenal that we're here mid-round number 8.
Not much action in this 8th round. But there's the overhand right there. Was that a knockdown? Not ruled a knockdown by Michelides.
Sort of like a push forward.
But that's a dangerous shot that Zach throws, and that's what he. Remember the last guy he fought?
Yeah,
Rocco, and he throws that over bolo. We used to call it a bolo right hand, and it'll hit you on the top.
The power comes on the way down, doesn't it?
Hits you on the top of the head, and it drops you.
That's one of his best punches, that left rip to the body, and then the right rip there.
Dunn's hurt him there.
That hurt him.
Dunn's body shots have been unbelievable tonight. I reckon since that Brophy fight too, he's just put that into his game. He copped it that day. Brophy actually wore him down with body shots. Zach Dunn now has put that into his arsenal, so should be proud of himself.
Well, the body, I remember when I was a young fella and I sparred the great Barry Michaels, and he hit me with a body shot and I thought I was going to die.
He's here in the crowd. Might have heard that then. Oh, Zach, that was a big left.
He's varying his shots a little bit more in this 8th round, going to the body.
Oh, big right. Pintos has got to hit the left-hander.
He's doing a bit of Mayweather there.
Shoulder roll. The Philly shell stance.
That's in round number 8.
Great work. Great effort. This crowd are looking.
7 down.
It is over.
It's all over.
Oh, there you go. Zach Dunn doesn't look happy.
The corner's thrown in the towel. 8th round, referee technical decision victory for Zach Dynamo Dunn. And he now goes and improves his record to 29 wins.
Unbelievable.
And he now goes up in the WBO rankings, where he'll go into the top 5, and now maybe he might go internationally and fight some of the big names there. The likes of Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, and also the likes of Caleb True.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round number 8, red corner for the Southwest contest, declaring out via TKO and still WBO Super Middleweight Champion, Zach Dynamo Dunn.
And still WBO Middleweight Champion. Thank you, John. And Zach, let's give Rafael a big round of applause for Rafael Pintos. Great effort. 22-hour fight from Uruguay. Fought a bigger, stronger man. And you know what? After round number 1, Zachy Moore, don't get distracted. Don't let Nick give you a late spray. You know what? Great effort for the Uruguay guy. After round 1, most of us thought maybe he might survive 1 or 2 rounds. He was a lot more resilient and durable than we thought. ended up in round number 8 going in. Very impressive. We'll just say in the commentary position, as sharp, fast, and fit as we've ever seen you. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good. You know, like the guy from Uruguay, he had 72 fights. He went some around the country. You know, I always love an early knockout, but sometimes you got to box to win.
Did he surprise you with his ability to take your heavy punches? Did he surprise you with his ability to take your heavy punches out?
I wasn't at nothing flash, you know, he was around the ring, but you know, I was trying to get him flash, but yeah. My bad, knockout.
I know you've unbelievable form. Nick and the team have got some big plans, potentially a fight overseas, we're not sure. Let's talk about a big Victorian derby, the whole Victoria watch. Jade Mitchell, is that done? Will that happen in 2019? Called you out last time.
He's a bunny. I love his passion.
Zandy Douglas, line up. Jade Mitchell, it's a big call. Zach, back to this fight. You looked amazing tonight. Congratulations for keeping the WBA Oceania title. What would you like to say to you? Huge amount of fans. So many people come out to see you here.
Thanks everyone for coming out. Yeah, day out. Thanks to Mick, Darryl, and Steve, and without you, I couldn't do this. Thanks to family for always getting behind me.
Came to the stadium at 5 o'clock. Your dad was the first one here. He was pumped for you tonight. He reckons you're in great hands with Darryl, Steve, and Nick. Zach Dunn, he's still the champion. We're all proud. Big round of applause for Zach. Girls, thank you. John and Nicole, thank you. Have a great trip to Europe. On behalf of Big Time